In this episode, I go to a chip shop to find out what it's really like. We get to find out the pros, the cons, get some tips, and also some advice that may be useful.
Hey guys, my name is Gabriel and I'm the owner of the Gabriel's Fish Bar in Harborne, Birmingham. And we've been here for the last 9 years and we've been doing great. To start with, you need to gain the knowledge. You got to start from scratch. You need to work in actually one. You need to learn everything. So you can't just jump into owning one. You need to gain the knowledge and it's going to take a good few years. After learning the job, you need to have a good capital. You need to have quite a lot of money. It might looks like just a small chippy, but you need quite a lot of money to start with. Yeah, when you buy a running business, it's not going to be cheap, especially if it's making money and it's got a good taking. If a shop making, let's say, 10,000 a week, probably you need to invest 200,000 pounds. The good thing about running a business is from day one, you will be making money. Probably you will be investing quite a lot. With the opening a shop, you don't know if the shop going to make money or not. Also, it's going to take a good 2-3 years to make money. You will be making money. You will have your own time. You can close the day you like to. You can set your own hours. If the business is settled, you don't need to work as hard. If you've got good staff, you can let them run it. You can do your own things, spend time with family. These are the good things about it. People gonna let you down, your staff gonna let you down. There will be weeks that you won't be making any money, probably you will be losing money. Things gonna break down, the fridge freezers, range or pizza oven. Sometimes things just gonna go wrong and you gotta be prepared for that as well and you gotta be mentally ready for that. It's for people that are quite organized and not lazy, active people. You gotta be tough mentally. Because first of all, you got to work, you got to be willing to do 7 days. You got to do 15, 16, 17 hours. You got to wake up early, you go to bed late. As I said, sometimes you won't be making money, so you got to be prepared for everything. It's not all sunshine, things will be going wrong. If you are not tough mentally, don't do it. You got to be in the shop 3 hours at least before you open up. So you got to walk into the shop, check your fridge freezers, that's the first thing you do, to see if they're working well, if one of them's been off. And then you gotta chop up your salad and then you gotta move to your fish. Depends what you do in the shop. If you got pizza, you gotta go and do your pizza dough. You gotta do your potatoes. There are quite a lot to do. So this is gonna be quite challenging. And one person won't be enough. So there will be at least 2 people to do all these. Depends what you do, if it's only chippy, or you also do kebabs and pizza shop. You move to the cooking and opening up the shop and just running the business. Yeah, if I was supposed to start again, I would have my own website from day one, which I control myself. Instead of moving to the big boys like Food Hub, Just Eat, and things like that, suggest to have their own website, to have someone professional to run their business, their website, social media. Big boy is going to take quite a lot of commission. So sometimes you end up paying 35,000, 40,000 a year just to the big boys. This is one of the most important things that I would suggest. Cheap would be, if you got a family, it would make it much, much easier running a business with family. As I said, the staff gonna let you down, but your family won't let you down and the money will stay in. So the wage, you're gonna have less wages, especially when you're starting. So the wages can kill you. Sometimes you end up paying 10 grand a month in wages. So if you have a family, if you can run it with family, for sure your family gonna look after your business better than someone that you don't know. You're gonna be working weekends, day in, day out. I've been doing it for the last 25 years, believe it or not. And you're gonna miss on weddings, parties, sometimes Christmas Eve you're gonna work. So probably this is something that people are gonna think, oh, I've had my own business, I closed for my birthday, or I closed. Your birthday, you're still gonna be here. It won't be easy. You won't have your birthday or your family members this is one of the worst things you're gonna have. But it's part of the job, yeah. Yes, we are in Albert Walk, number 1012 Albert Walk, Bravo 170AR, and it's called Gabriel's Fish and Chip Shop. Thank you all. You gotta chop up your potatoes, you gotta cut them, you gotta clean them, you gotta peel them, but you always get someone to do it for you, yeah.
So is that actually by hand?
No, there are machines, yeah, but we don't do it here. We got a company that supplies it. They do it 5 in the morning and they supply it to us. So it's all cut, basically washed, clean, come in a sealed pack, vacuum pack, and they bring it to us. And things are moving to different level. You don't need to do it like 20, 30, 40 years ago. So they do it in the factory. I've been to the factory myself. Perfect, nice and clean, 5 rating star. And they do it there, and they do it 5 in the morning, 5, 6, 3, 4, and then they deliver it to you in a fridge.
So you want it as small as possible, medium, there's no...
Yeah.
You're just chopping it.
No, there is no technique to it, to be honest with you. It's just, you just learn it. You just got to do it and do it and do it. Basically, you just do it. There is no technique to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the most boring part about the job?
The boring part is probably the cleaning part of it. The end of the shift, it takes about an hour to go through everything. And the cleaning part is the most important, but also the boring part of it. It's very boring, and but it's the most important things, I would say. Because if you don't do it every night, grease gonna build up, the dirt gonna build up, and you won't catch up with it. You're never gonna catch up with it. So you have to do it every night, and that's the only way. That's the only way, and that's the key to it. Yeah, if you want it to look, if you want the shop to look clean and presentable, you just got to do it every night, and there is no easy way out.
Tell me about food hygiene and how it works.
Yeah, with the food hygiene, there is a procedure you got to follow. Basically, you know, you have to be on top of everything. You got to have a big knowledge about the food hygiene as well. For example, all of these boards, they are for a purpose. All of these cloths have a coating. So, you know, you got to have a quite big knowledge about it, you know. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to understand about the temperature. You got to understand about the temperature of the fridge, cooking temperature, how to cool things down when you cook them, how you put them back in the fridge. So everything you gotta understand. You gotta have a big knowledge about it. So that's why I said you gotta, before you open a shop, you gotta need 2-3 years work in a shop to understand and to learn about all of this. So these are gonna come naturally when you do it, when you work. So there is no easy way out. There is no corner cuts. You can't cut corners. You can't just get someone to teach you. You got to be in it to learn day in, day out. You know, it's going to come natural when you work in a shop for a good 2-3 years, but there is no easy way out. There is no corner cuts. You can't cut corners. Yeah.